I understand you're very much De Bruyne still absolutely the central, the key man for City, the heartbeat of that team.
Yeah.
15 starts last season, 33 now. I understand per game he's still an assist machine, I think, as you've said. But what do you think you're going to get from him in terms of time on the field this season, the fitness, his time catching up? Do you think he's still as important? And where does he fit it? Where does Foden fit in when Foden gets back to fitness?
It's going to be interesting to see because it felt last season we've been waiting for a long time for the successor for Kevin De Bruyne. Who's it going to be? And it always felt to me like it should be Phil Foden. He was obviously touted as the David Silva successor, and then that didn't happen. Gundogan sort of stepped up a little bit more into that role, um, and it felt like maybe it would be a little bit of a stint out wide for a while and kind of sort of work on his game overall. But it felt like last season when De Bruyne was out, Guardiola, replaced him with Phil Foden a lot more central. And like no one's going to be De Bruyne. I don't think there's ever been. Well, there hasn't statistically. There's never been anyone like in the Premier League like De Bruyne creatively. And even as good as Foden is, he's a very different take on that role. He's more of a more of a goal threat, arguably, in terms of scoring and dribbling and all that kind of stuff. But he's not a creative genius in the way that De Bruyne is. No one is. His vision and his range is genuinely impossible to replicate because there's no one who does it. I mean, I've seen all the graphs. He's up there. He's off the scale, compared to everyone else. And I'm genuinely terrified about him going because he is a cheat code. Having said that, even without De Bruyne last season, we were still largely good. Not as good as usual, but we were still brilliant. I think he's going to play a lot. His fitness looks pretty good at the moment. Obviously, we're only playing once a week. I suspect sensibly he'll rotate an awful lot over the coming
Mm.
months because I felt a chill in the air today for the first time, and I think the winter is coming. It's sort of
You mean literally, you
it's
don't mean
obvious, yeah.
figuratively.
Literally, genuinely, I looked at the weather today. It was like 9 degrees. I was like, where's that gone? It was 17 last week, and so the weather's dropped in half. And I think with winter coming in and 2 games a week, De Bruyne is going to have to rest. He's 33 years old now. And you do not want to risk an injury. His fitness looks good right now, and he said he feels good as well. But ultimately, it's because he's playing once a week, and as soon as those games start to rack up, he's going to get tired. I do feel we'll see Foden play central an awful lot. De Bruyne will sit out here and there. I don't know which games because I don't know how you rest De Bruyne for Inter at home, in the Champions
He's
League.
gonna be
Yeah.
moody. He's gonna be moody then if he's being left out, I
well,
think.
well, he said that. He said there was a quote recently where he said he understands it if someone's playing really well that they deserve to be in the team. Like, I don't. This reputation of him being moody. I'm not sure if it's an external Man City thing, but he's just honest, and I think there's people who are honest can, especially if it's things people don't want to hear, can come across as negatively. But from what I know, at City, he's very popular and he keeps himself to himself largely. He's quite a chill guy. He's quite dry. He's got a reasonably dark sense of humor. Um, and he is, once again, an elder statesman now. He's one of Manchester City's captains when he's on the pitch. And I don't think he'll be moody. I think he'll play as much as he needs to. I think he understands that Phil is a genius and PFA player of the year, and Phil will actually play an awful lot. Gundogan's return now. He'll play a lot. Guardiola will make it work. And if anything, it'll probably be Phil Foden that has to sort of, once again, compromise on where he wants to play. He'll probably be
Mm.
starting him on the right and cut in or something like that. Because De Bruyne is still by far the highest chance creator in the Premier League, and until that changes, I don't see why Guardiola won't lean on him.